Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into Sin's Workshop. I hope you are all having a wonderful day. So, today we're going to be reviewing Sleep by Death by Kalynn Bayron, and I have to say, I love this book. This was the June book club pick for my book club, Read with Sinister Workshop, which is a virtual book club. And I have to say, this book blew me away. I love Bayron's storytelling, and I am a sucker for a fairy tale retelling. I love fairy tale retellings. I think they're the best thing in the world. What first took my breath away was just the overall storytelling that's going on here. I mean, this is not just a Snow White fairy tale. And as the story's progressing, you're getting more and more and more of that information. There are allusions to other fairy tales, Rumpelstiltskin, and even references. I mean, you have the Black Knight, and when you're reading him, you're like, wow, he is very much, the Black Knight from Arthurian myths and legend, right? He's very much like Rumpelstiltskin. But I think Bayron takes the fairy tales and she kind of flips them on their head. Sorry, there's piece of hair that's driving me nuts. I have cats, so sometimes cat hair gets stuck in my glasses. In any case, I think her way of storytelling and the way she brings to life the fairy tales is very different and it's very unique. And here you're following Eve, right? Eve is the princess. And you think, well, her mother is going to try to kill her. Her mother loves her. The way that Bayron brings to life the mirror, the apple, the 7 dwarves, the magic, it's all so captivating. That's the best thing and the best way I can say it, because you're kept on your toes as you're reading it. You think you know how the story is going to go. And in some ways you kind of do. I figured it out. I'm just like, I think I know what's going on here. And I was right. And then other times I was reading it and I'm like, wow, I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming, because it keeps you on your toes. This isn't just your standard fairy tale retelling. It is a story with a lot of plot twists, with a lot of mystery, with a lot of magic and character growth. I mean, Eve goes on this extraordinary journey. In the beginning, she's kind of aloof and there's a word and I can't really think of it. But she is very aloof. She's very detached. She's kind of a loner in some ways. And she's very haughty. She's very full of herself. She's like, well, I have magic. And I've been training my whole life. I can totally take down the knight, right? In his big, scary black armor. I can take him down and stop him from ruining everyone's lives with his magic. But as Rumpelstiltskin likes to say, magic always comes with a price, dearie. So, yes. Once upon a time fan here, and that show would be nothing without Regina and Rumple. I stand by that statement. They carried that show on their backs. Regardless, I think you're seeing the price of the magic. And she's slowly coming to that realization, wow, there is a price for me to use this magic. There is a price for my actions. There are consequences for her actions. And she's slowly realizing that. And as she messes up and loses, she begins to grow. She begins to open up her heart. She begins to see that maybe being as self-centered as she is, that's the wrong word. She's not self-centered. She's just very detached. She chooses not to form connections because she wants to remain objective. But when she does form those connections, they are very powerful. Like when she does meet the quote-unquote 7 dwarves. I mean, the connection she forms with them at first, she's just like, children. And then she's just like, these people are like my brothers now and I will die for them. So she goes on a really good character journey and characterization, and she grows really, really well into herself, and she becomes the queen she was meant to be. You know, she becomes who she's meant to be through the struggles, through her failure, through discovering the secrets, you know, and the lies that have led up to that moment. I'm trying to do this review without major spoilers because I don't really want to spoil it for you guys. Because it's all those plot twists, all those jaw-dropping moments are so impactful, and they are written and put into the story at the most perfect moments. So honestly, I think Bayron is a really talented writer. She is like, what I have read of her so far, I have loved. So I'm going to continue to read more of her because I think she is a phenomenal writer thus far. She continues to impress me, and I love it when an author just continues to impress me, because then you've got a fan for life from me. So yeah, excellent storytelling, really good, unique way of reinventing the tale of Snow White as well as other fairy tales, because Bayron connects other fairy tales to this one, like I said before. So I think it's a really good way to integrate various storytellings without losing sight of what this one is about, which is Snow White. But she's giving it new and unique life, and it makes it fresh, and it keeps you on your toes, and it keeps you unsuspecting. And that's what I like from a fairy tale retelling. One that is very much a retelling of the original, but is still able to remain unique, have its own voice, and keep you on your toes, and just flip it on its head. That's what I love about it. So yeah, highly recommend. In that case, thank you all for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all your book-loving friends. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.